Well, good morning, everyone, or depending on where you're at, good afternoon. Thank you so much for attending the Bellwether College Consortium webinar series. I hope that you can hear us. So we're really excited about today having my friend Victor Nordmark from Hubert.ai. And just to kind of get kicked off, I want to be sensitive of your time, of course, because we have this hour scheduled. I want to say thank you once again for attending. I think you're going to find this very special, some of the innovative stuff that Hubert.ai is doing and helping with understanding more about getting course feedback and ways that we can use technology to really just supplement or even replace or enhance the experience for students in the classroom and for instructors to get more information, of course, on what they're doing in the classroom to just better assist students in their learning. So once again, thank you for attending the Bellwether College Consortium webinar series. We have webinars, very often on all different topics, ranging from instructional programs to workforce to different institutional measures. This session, thank you Barry for doing this session, is being recorded, and it will be available later today on our website, which is bellwethercollegeconsortium.com/webinars, and you'll see them uploaded to our YouTube page. So yes, this will be recorded, so you can send it to your colleagues as well. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. What I'd like to do real quick is just for those that may not know the Bellwether College Consortium, we are a research consortium of colleges that looks at investigating and researching the best practices and solutions that are addressing our community colleges and really try to enhance or find ways to really deal with those critical issues. The Bellwether College Consortium, its main entity is the Community College Futures Assembly, which we are in our 25th anniversary, which is coming up in February 2019. We're excited for those colleges and programs that are competing for the Bellwether Award as well as the Legacy Award for, once again, our 25th anniversary. Love to have you there. If you'd like to know more information, you can find that on our website as well. In addition, we do applied research for our members from all different topics, as well as have a library of best practices, engage in external evaluations, both on the program and grant level, and also engage in really innovative partnerships and pilots. And that's what we're talking today about, really bringing different solutions that are out there, and really want to have Victor kind of go into what he's doing for the classroom and the course feedback area. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in and introduce our speaker today and let him take over. Victor Nordmark is the Chief Marketing Officer and the growth hacker and hobby inventor. Victor is also the co-founder of Hubert.ai and is waging war on boring course evaluation surveys full-time. Love that. Love that you're getting in there and getting dirty. So Victor, thank you so much for being here. I'll turn it over to you, and we'll be answer any questions that you have. But once again, if you do have questions, there is a question bar down below that you can enter in. We'll be taking these questions along, and Victor will be addressing those as they come in, as well as towards the end of the webinar. And if we do not get time to answer all your questions, Victor will be looking at how he can reply to those so that you can make sure that he addresses any issues that you have. So without further ado, Victor, the stage is yours. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you for having me. Let's see. So my name is Victor, and I have been involved in this company, Hubert.ai, which I started 3 years ago now. If you have any questions along the way, I think Tim will handle those for me, and he will just interrupt as soon as a question comes in. So please feel free to ask questions along the way as I proceed through this webinar. I'm going to show you the agenda today. It's not a very extensive agenda, but we'll start with some background about how this all got started, the approach that Hubert is using, how it works, a live demo, and some feedback about our products. So this all started about 3 years ago when I was finishing my engineering master's degree. And once again, I was faced with another evaluation survey. Having to fill out those surveys was, in my view, extremely boring, and it seems like a complete waste of time, as instructors only issue these surveys often because they think they had to and wasn't really using the results to improve their courses. And in many occasions, I saw that the feedback took more than a month to reach back to the instructor, and once they got it, they had a really hard time to remember what he or she had done in the class. So I saw that this wasn't really ideal. And I ran around and talked to a lot of instructors, and they told me that the absolute most important part of the feedback was the open-end questions and comments, especially attached to the ratings. And the ratings themselves, they were mostly satisfaction score, which wasn't very useful to use for continued improvement of the course. So after asking around what the ideal data source would be to use for improvement, I often came back to the same conclusion, and that was to interview the students one by one, which would be absolutely optimal. But of course, conducting one-on-one interviews with the students 2 or 3 times per semester isn't really realistic, least of all when the classes go to 35 students and beyond. The time consumption related both to collecting and especially analyzing the data is totally out of line to do that. In fact, even utilizing open-ended comments in the best way possible is something that very few instructors regularly take the time to do. So after thinking about this problem for a month or two and involving my friend Eric to work on it, we realized that it would indeed be possible to conduct one-on-one interviews at scale by using a chatbot interface. And there were many other advantages with an artificial interview facilitator as well. For example, asking follow-up questions to unclear statements and giving students an opportunity to say what's on their mind without having to be constricted by presets, responses, or scale. I'll tell you more about it in the next slide. So this is the basic approach that we're using. Instead of the students just choosing a preset response and agreeing to that in some manner, we're using a completely text-based system, so the students can express their feelings and their opinions in any way they like. And we've seen that this enables a much more natural conversation and encourages an honest response in relation to the course. And it's also the fact that surveys are first and foremost built to work well with computers. And conversations is, of course, as we all know, the human way of communicating. So it doesn't really make sense to rely on surveys alone. So instead of the students filling out another boring form, our approach is to try and mimic a human interview facilitator as close as possible. We regularly see much higher response rates, and we get significantly more qualitative data from the responses as well. Hubert is also capable of asking follow-up questions on unclear statements or non-informative responses, which also leads to more qualitative data. And we're choosing the chat interface as it's a really familiar environment to the students. I saw a survey that said that 89% of students use social media platforms more than 1.5 hours per day. So that's really where they hang out and how they communicate. And the chatbot interface also encourages a fast and open communication, and it's much more interactive than a form. But of course, the tricky part of this conversation is how to represent the results. So our approach to that was to build a machine learning-based text analytics system that, instead of you only getting the rating from the students, as you see here on the right side, you will also get to know more details about why they responded in a specific way. So with our system, it's pretty easy to find out exactly what the students think and why they think that way. We believe that real insights come from open-ended responses, but we are also very aware of the work related to analyzing the data. Our analytic system has been trained on now more than 100,000 real feedback conversations and can really find what is most important to structured improvements. Our current interface puts a lot of emphasis on what is working well and what can be improved within the course. But the reasons behind it is also clearly visible and well-grounded in the attached comments. And for students who are really mean to their teacher, we have also developed a sensor model that takes out those nasty parts and comments. I have prepared a live demonstration video here. You can see it works.
Hi guys, I'm going to give you a quick crash course into how Hubert works. Firstly, if you haven't signed up, you can do that by going to Hubert.ai and clicking the sign up. Just enter your details here and wait for the confirmation email to hit your inbox. This is a time-limited beta. It's still open to anyone to use. And it's totally free, so you should really take the opportunity to check that out. So when you've signed up, you can just simply log in as you would with any other service. So what you're met with here is a sort of a onboarding page. You can read a little bit more information about Hubert, check out some example results, try chatting, or read some frequently asked questions, for example. But to get started with the evaluations, you can just hit evaluations and then create new. Here you will be prompted to input some details about you, for example, your role. And the evaluation object that you're going to evaluate. We'll choose course and teacher in this example. Then we've come to the question sets. We have 3 question sets as of today, all suitable for midterm evaluations. We have the start, stop, continue, and that is what the teacher start, stop, and continue doing. That would improve the course. And also overall experience of the course and other comments. 2 stars and a wish, pretty similar. 2 positive things and 1 negative. Also overall experience and other comments. Quick check, what's your overall experience? What can be improved? What has been working well? Do you have any other comments? We'll go with the start, stop, continue for this example. Then you can go ahead and choose the duration, anywhere from 15 minutes to a month. Then enter the formal course name of your course. Then you will be asked to input student email addresses. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine, because we will create a unique link for every new evaluation that is created. I can just enter my email here just to give you guys an example. And if necessary, you can also leave a personal invitational message right here. Then you're all set. Click send, OK, and the evaluation is created. Then you're taken to the results page where you will find the link that has been created. Right here. Click it once to copy it. Or you can see the invitational message right here in my inbox. This is what it looks like. Hubert will tell you a little bit of information, gives you the specialized message, and then you can choose to go to the evaluation through this link, or if you go to this link, your students. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So you can distribute this link through your LMS system or email system or what have you. So this is the actual evaluation itself and what students are met by when they enter the link. Hubert will tell you his name, what he's up to, and asks you if you're ready to start. Sure, let's go. Then he goes ahead and asks the first question. Tell me something the teacher could start doing to improve the course. And Hubert is always trying to get useful data. So if he sees that the data he gets isn't that really useful or not constructive, like in this case, the student answers nothing, then Hubert will follow up with a more probing question to really dig down a bit deeper. Sure, there must be something that could be improved. Yeah, he could speak louder. Misspellings and so on are no issue at all. Hubert will interpret more than 95% of misspellings correctly. And then he goes ahead with these other questions that I just showed you. So that's the entire chat interface. And you can write whatever you like without having to be restricted to Likert scales or multiple choice options. And then I'm going to show you how the results from this is presented. This is the basic results view. We have a more detailed view right here. But we'll start with the basic view. First of all, you have all the chat transcripts ready for download right here. So here you can see every little comment that has been written throughout all the conversations. And you can also see all the positive answers, all the neutral and all the negative answers related to the overall experience of the course. So in this case you can see that 84% were positive, 10% were neutral, and 6% were negative. And all the positive comments are structured right here. Yeah, right, this is a typical evaluation of 31 students that has answered these questions. So under strengths and improvable areas, you have your top topics. In this case, discussions, readings, and seminar has been doing really well. If you want to dig deeper, you can always press discussions and then read through all the comments related to discussions. And the same way with improvable areas. So if you're curious about exactly what about information is not going so well in this course. In this case, it seems like the instructions for the homework, there's some issue that can be improved. And you can also share your results by switching this toggle button. Then we will create a unique link that you can share with your colleagues to give them a hint of how you're doing in your course. So in the more detailed view, we have some additional results. For example, in every new evaluation, Hubert always asks how the students compare this way of doing evaluations with a normal survey, and the results from that is presented right here. So you can see here that 69% were positive to doing evaluations with Hubert, 31% were neutral, and of course 0% negative. And we also categorize all the comments according to these three larger topic groups. So, for example, if you're interested in how you're doing in homework, for example, you can also see all the positive and neutral, or all the positive and negative comments related to homework really easy. And we do also have this sort of word clouds. You can see commonly used words really easy. We have some response rates data, chat info, messages back and forth. And here is all the other comments presented just as they are. And an additional feature is our upload feature. So if you're using a normal survey that contains a lot of open-ended questions, you can easily upload your survey here, or the responses at least, to have them analyzed in the same manner as I just showed you. So that is it. If you have any questions, please let me know at the end of this seminar. Thank you very much.
Okay, I hope everyone could hear that. I'm not sure if you could, or if you could see the, on my computer at least, it was really bad resolution, but this demonstration is uploaded on YouTube as well, so I'll be sure to link that to Timothy, and he can distribute it to you if you're interested. So a little bit about some case studies and stuff that we're into. Right now we have pretty good traction. We're moving from a phase where we have been mostly focused on collecting data to improve the products, but the model is now accurate to about 95%. So we are trying to enter the next phase, which is to look for more institutional partners to partner up with, take this project to the next step. We also have a couple of research projects going on with, among others, Penn State and the University of Calgary, who's looking at both the response rate with compared to a traditional survey and the data quality as well. We have a couple of ongoing pilot projects, and we have some case studies as well from past pilot projects that I can link them to Timothy as well. And we also have just started to move into employee feedback, actually. We're helping a really large manufacturing company in Germany to collect feedback on their implementation of Industry 4.0 right now. So that's really fun. So feedback. Yeah, what do people think about Hubert? Well, from the students' point of view, we get a lot of feedback saying that it's really nice not being constricted in any way when responding, so that they can basically phrase themselves however they want to and talk about the stuff that they really want the teacher to know, instead of having to be sort of told what to answer. And also, it really makes you think before answering. It's much easier just to fill out a Likert scale, obviously, but as we ask the students to give their own response, it really makes them think about what they want to say instead of just responding to a set question. So we get a lot of valuable data. At least that's what the instructors say. And also, we have a lot of the instructors that are really, really passionate about teaching. So they have been doing this process by hand in the past time. So they really save a lot of time when going through this data. And most of them think that the report they get is really useful and use it frequently to improve their courses. And it saves a lot of time. Yeah. So some of our users, we have a lot of community colleges using this, and a bunch of larger universities as well. And we are in negotiation with a couple of new providers as well, who are starting to implement and try out Hubert in many different ways. We're still in beta though, so Hubert isn't perfect yet, but it's getting there with more training data. We're seeing improving almost daily, so it's a really cool process, and you get to see how the analysis improves over time, which is now pretty good actually. So yeah, that's really fun to see. So if you're interested, we do offer pilots, and the usual way of doing pilots is that first of all, of course, you announce your interest, and we assign a specialist from our team to help you through the entire process. And he helps you out with training, implementation, integrations, and everything you need, custom built, so to speak. If you have any specific questions, I hope you saw that in the video, but right now we are a bit limited on questions. We are focusing on formative evaluations. So right now we have 3 different questions, but if you have a certain set of questions that you want to use, we can implement those for you as well. And the analytics part is also possible to use as a standalone unit. So, for example, if you have a lot of open-ended comments from a normal survey, you can get that analyzed through our system as well, in the same manner as I showed you in the video. So that's pretty cool, and we have a lot of schools and universities using only the analytics part who haven't moved forward with the chatbot interface yet, but are using the analytics part to take care of all their open-ended responses. So that's a possibility as well. And usually we do 4-year agreements with 6-month pilot tests, but that's always negotiable, and we are doing different types of agreements with different kinds of schools and universities, obviously. But usually the pilot is 6 months long, and it's pretty easy to set up a couple of weeks in preparation if you have a lot of customization you need to take care of, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward. We can integrate with most LMS systems and other systems that you're using as well. So if you think this looks interesting, you are more than welcome to contact me in any way you would like. We have a blog at blog.hubert.ai. We're on the major social media platforms as well, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Medium. So you can check those out as well. And you have my email address here, which I will send to Timothy as well, so he can distribute that to those of you interested. And that was most of the stuff I wanted to say. So thank you very much for having me, and thanks for listening. Over now.
Victor, thank you. No, thank you so much. Fascinating product you developed with Hubert, and I just like hearing about the process of, being in a classroom and realizing that what can I do to really enhance that experience to get more feedback, and you really have developed something here. So I think this is a great opportunity for those that, audience members that are here to be part of helping to build this product out more and to make it more effective. So so please feel free to contact Victor, and see if there is some opportunities there for your institution or your faculty. We do have plenty of time. Not that I'm opposed to letting you go early, and I'm sure you have so many emails and other meetings to get to. But we want to open up for questions, and Victor, we have a couple that's already come in, and So if you have some minutes, here's one of the questions. We talked about trying to get the most feedback or I guess the most effective feedback as possible. And you may address this in the presentation, but just for everyone to hear again. Is it possible to use closed-ended questions with Hubert as well as open-ended questions?
Yeah, that's something that we are working on right now, because not all questions are ideally suited for open-ended responses. So yeah, that's something that we're doing right now, and we think it will be finished in a matter of weeks. But it will still be within the chat space, so to speak, so you can still respond to it like with a 9 or with a button or in any way you would like. So yeah, that's something we're working on.
Okay, great. That's good to know. And you did say that you're able to integrate with, an institution's LMS system, so it can be, customized to their experience.
Yeah, we have the LPI installation. So I think that covers most of the larger LMS systems, and if not, we can always make that happen as well. That's no major issue.
That's always good to know. I want to make it easy as possible, of course. And I'm sure you've gotten this question before that's come in. Anytime when it comes to machine learning, artificial intelligence, it usually comes down to the data and an understanding of data and the security of the data. So how would you ensure that the data that you receive is secure?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're working with this company in Germany, and it's actually Siemens. So we've got a lot of hassle because they're really concerned about the data security. So we had to redesign parts of our system to fit their needs. But right now we are compliant with all their safety regulations and data security. So that's plenty for most schools. So and we haven't had any complaints or any issues at all with data security since we moved on to this new and more secure system. So all the data is encrypted at rest and during transfer, and there's no real way of getting hold of the data. You can't even trace back the comment to a specific IP address or anything. So it's really secure by now.
Right. Okay. No, that's great to know. You said the company you're working with over Siemens over in Germany. Is that what you're saying for the security? Okay. No, that's good to know. And I like the fact that you are branching out even into the workforce to kind of get an idea too of how employees are engaged. I can see how this can be used for that as well. Another question that we had come in is, can Hubert.ai be white labeled with the official colors and branding of the institution that wants to use it?
Yeah, sure. That's something that we do all the time. So we're starting to get the hang of that by now. So yeah, that's absolutely possible.
Okay, great. Well, that's good to know. Well, we still got some time left with Victor on the line. If you have other questions, feel free to bring them up. And if not, once again, we thank you for your time. This webinar, again, is being recorded. It will be edited in the next couple hours and then up on our website for you to see, the bellwethercollegeconsortium.com/webinars, and you can see this one as well as our past webinars. And please stay tuned for upcoming webinars that we're going to be having as well. But I guess since another question's coming in, we want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for everyone that attended. I hope that you found this insightful and innovative. I know I have, and getting to know Victor and hearing what they're doing over at Hubert.ai has been fascinating, and look forward to hearing more. And Victor, my friend, always good having you and talking with you, and thank you so much for taking the time to share with us how you're going about waging war on those boring surveys. So.
Likewise, thank you very much for having me.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Once again, Victor's information is there if you'd like to reach out to him. Pay attention for the recorded version of this. And thank you for attending, and everyone have a great rest of your day.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.